So today I wanted to talk about self-care, and particularly self-care while being pregnant. And self-care is a personal thing, so what self-care looks like for me may look totally different for you. But one of the ways I take care of myself while being pregnant is filling myself up with whole plant foods. Foods that nurture your body. Eating healthy is a priority for me just in everyday life, just eating healthy in general, but especially while I'm pregnant. And sometimes it can be harder to eat healthfully while pregnant because of food aversion and morning sickness and cravings. Pregnancy cravings definitely get in the way. For whatever reason, when I'm pregnant, I always crave sugar, cinnamon rolls, ice cream, cookies. People say you typically crave sweets when you're pregnant with a girl, but even though I'm pregnant with a boy right now, I'm still finding that I'm craving sweets. Sometimes I think it's okay to give into cravings, but for the most part, I like to eat healthfully because ultimately I want my baby grown on healthful, nurturing foods, not grown on junk food. One of the things I really crave and eat all the time while I'm pregnant is fruit. I eat a lot of fruit to begin with, but when I'm pregnant, I eat a lot of fruit. Juices, though, is probably one of my favorite ways to get fruits and vegetables in. This morning I made an orange juice. I juiced 3 pounds of carrots, strawberry tops, and 6 carrot oranges, and just juice it and you get this. And since I'm in the 3rd trimester, I am also eating dates regularly, not only because they're good for you in general, but some studies have shown that they may increase cervical ripening, reduces the need for a medical labor induction or augmentation, and lessens postpartum blood loss. So eating dates during pregnancy is like one of those self-care things I'm doing now to set myself up for success later when it comes time for labor and delivery. And dates are just also so energizing. I feel like I have so much energy after I sit down and eat dates, which is really helpful during the 3rd trimester of pregnancy when I'm usually the most tired and fatigued. But yes, so overall, filling myself up with whole, nurturing, healthy plant foods is one of the ways I take care of myself during pregnancy. Exercising is another thing that I really like to do to take care of myself during pregnancy. Again, this is something I do anyway, but I really like to exercise while I'm pregnant. With my first pregnancy, I never felt like it, and with me being high risk, my doctors actually advised against it. But this pregnancy, I am low risk and I have had enough energy to fit a workout in here and there. I don't follow a routine. I don't have like an exercising structure. It's literally just whenever I wake up and feel like exercising. But some of the ways I really like to exercise while I'm pregnant is I like to do a lot of leg exercises like squats and stuff like that. I don't like to do ab exercises. I just don't really feel good doing that. I don't do anything that requires me to lay on my back. Also, anything with jumping, like jump squats, jumping jacks, I don't like to do any of that either. Some exercises I do like are walking uphill, particularly uphill. I don't know why uphill walking, but for some reason it feels really good. I would really like to be going on hikes right now, but due to all the COVID-19 stuff, not a whole lot of hiking trails are really open, so I can't do that. I like to use weights, but not too heavy. I mainly just do body weight, but sometimes I do pull out my other weights. But besides exercise, just a lot of stretching. Stretching is really helpful during pregnancy for me. It just feels good, and my body tends to get like stiff and tight really easily. It's hard to like twist and turn. My lower back is always hurting, my hips. So doing deep stretching feels really good while I'm pregnant. I also really love pampering myself with a face mask. I don't do face masks often, maybe only like once or twice a month, but I really enjoy them when I do. And just listening to like calming, relaxing music in the background just really like adds like a nice effect and really helps me relax a lot more than if I was just laying there in silence. Usually when I'm laying on my side is when I can get the baby moving more. Feeling the baby move is my favorite part about pregnancy, and it's something I'm really gonna miss with this being our last pregnancy and having only such a short amount of time left. I'm just really trying to soak up all those moments. The next one might sound a little bit weird, and that is healing myself naturally rather than medicating myself. You experience a lot of pain and different sensations. I also get a lot of headaches and migraines while I'm pregnant. And so whenever I feel these pains, rather than just popping some ibuprofen or whatever, I like to use natural remedies. And one of my pregnancy staples is magnesium. I have these magnesium drops that I use for pretty much a lot of my aches and pains and ailments while I'm pregnant. How much I take really depends on how bad the pain is. Sometimes I do a Doppler full, sometimes I do maybe 2 or 3, but I'll put the drops in water or juice and just drink it until it's gone. And especially if I'm having a migraine or something, it really helps to take a nap. Typically after I take the magnesium, take a nap, I usually wake up and it's gone, if not almost gone. And taking a nap in general is probably another self-care thing that I do. I don't really feel like I need a nap during the second trimester, but definitely in the first and last trimester. And sometimes it's really hard to set yourself down and say, hey girl, you need a nap, especially because you think of there's so many other things that you could be doing, like the dishes need to be done, the car needs to be washed, your other kids want to be played with. And it's really common for people to feel tired and they do something like they drink coffee or drink energy drinks, something to get them to stay awake. But for me, I really like to listen to my body, and if I feel like I need a nap, I just go ahead and take one rather than overload and overwork myself until I just finally just crash. One quote that I really like goes, if you don't take care of your wellness, you'll be forced to take care of your illness. And I think that is so true. Because also if I don't just go ahead and take a nap and I just wear myself out, it's more likely to come up and show in other ways too. Like when I'm tired, I'm more prone to headaches. My Braxton Hicks contractions are more painful and more frequent. I'm irritable. People say, oh, you need to get used to not sleeping because you're not gonna get any sleep when the baby's born, so get used to not sleeping now. But when I'm pregnant, I just like to show myself extra love and just give it what it needs. And if I need a nap, I just take a nap. Another thing I love during pregnancy is drinking teas. 2 of the teas that I drink the most while pregnant is chamomile tea and red raspberry leaf tea. Chamomile tea I drink for when I am having Braxton Hicks contractions. My contractions can get very frequent, very painful, and so when the contractions are just becoming too unbearable, I sit down, drink chamomile tea, and it always takes it away, or at least knocks it down to where it's not so painful. And I drink red raspberry leaf tea in the 3rd trimester because it helps shorten labor. It's known to help tone and tighten muscles in your pelvic area and also the walls of your uterus, so it helps prepare your body for labor and can make delivery easier. Another thing I like while I'm pregnant, and something I like just doing anyway, is snuggling up with my daughter and just laying in bed with her and reading to her. And I just love doing little things throughout my day that just really help us bond, especially since a new baby is going to be coming. Piggy went to the farmer's market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy bought red beets. This little piggy bought none. And this little piggy said, wee, 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 all the way home. Pretty soon she's not gonna be an only child anymore, and I'm gonna have to divide my attention. And a lot of my attention is going to be devoted to the newborn, so I'm really just trying to soak up these last few moments where it's just her. In these last few months of pregnancy, I really like to minimize the stress by being prepared and stocking up on everything I will need for postpartum for myself and for the baby. This includes getting the nursery in order, washing and folding and putting away everything that the baby will touch, like toys and clothes, sheets, decluttering and cleaning, buying comfortable postpartum and nursing clothes, talking to my midwife about everything the hospital will cover during the birth, what all will they provide, what all do I need to bring, filling out maternity leave paperwork. Maternity leave paperwork can take a really long time. It could take 6 to 8 weeks. for me, my employer, and my doctors to have everything filled out and sent off and just, you know, finalized and dealt with. So it's really good to get started on that and not wait for the last minute. I know ticking off all these tasks probably doesn't sound like self-care, because most of it involves doing things for somebody else, which would be the baby. But for me, I consider it self-care because it helps me feel relaxed and prepared and on top of my game. I pretty much have done everything, so that way the last few weeks of pregnancy I can just enjoy it. Everything's already done and finished. Above all, I just really like taking it easy and having more relaxing days in the last weeks of pregnancy. Self-care for me is all about relaxation, listening to my body, giving it what it needs, and filling my cup in any way I need to help me feel my best, and these are some of the ways I do it while pregnant.